This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our listeners jumping on right now. Boston, WAAF, Boston's legendary rock station. Also 98.9 The Rock in Kansas City and 103.3 The Fort Rocks in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Welcome to the program. Big one for you today. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories death and basketball, be it good and bad. Also, what else the hell we got? Shot of the day and random question. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi. I'm here.
Hola.
Hey.
Brian. Didn't mean to wake
guys,
you.
Kind of a first-time caller.
All right. Hey, thank you. We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I was hoping for that heat question, but I guess it's random.
Wait,
so
it's a
I'll do my
random
best.
question, so how did you know in advance that we had heat questions? Yeah, it's just creepy.
I didn't when I heard, when you did the heat question with someone earlier.
Where was your hot spot?
Phoenix.
How hot?
Mid-80s, 123, they said.
Okay. Yeah, that's hot.
And I have friends that served in Iraq, so they can outdo me because they have to carry all that equipment.
Oh, hey, brother, I'm getting...
They can outdo you just
not
more
just
from the
Iraq,
equipment.
but Qatar, Somalia, yeah, like everyone that listens to our show that has served overseas is letting us know, hey, man, I have experienced some heat.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll do this one based on the overseas thing. How would you say that you help the environment? What is one thing that you're, even if you don't help as much, you're just cognizant of it and you're attempting to do right? What is it?
I stopped putting lye on the bodies in the backyard, man. I'll tell you what, my tomatoes look spectacular.
It's a wonderful
small
compost.
Thing. It really is.
You just have to get one of those spindles where you turn it.
You know
maybe not a great story. I was living in Minneapolis, and I was driving I had a Jeep, and I would drive it like 4 blocks to go to the grocery store, and then I would circle around the parking lot for 10 minutes just to park to come back with my groceries. And I finally said, why don't I just walk there? I would already be home. So I sold my Jeep and took a month-long trip in Spain, and I haven't owned a car or cared for a car since then.
How long ago was that?
That would be like 2002.
Wow, you haven't had a car in 16 years.
No.
That's awesome.
And once you give it up, you can walk or you can take the bus or ride your bike or your skateboard.
Hey, look, man, Rick Astley said never going to give you up, but I have been carless since...
Are we back to Rick Astley?
We are. We're going to use him twice in the same show. I've been carless since 2005, and I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So, yeah, that's...
Forever, man.
Mm-hmm. The reason we asked, how do you help the environment, we go back to the Middle East. There's a terrorist organization in Somalia called Al-Shabaab.
Is there anyone named Al-Shabaab out there? You know what I mean? Like, if your name, what's your name? My name is Alan. Everyone calls me Al. My name is Al-Shabaab.
Al-Shabaab.
And now these guys.
Man, oh, man, I'll tell you what, though.
And his buddy
Al-Shabaab's got great kebab. It's linked to Al-Qaeda. And last week...
How about Al-Qaeda? His buddy Al-Qaeda's like, hey... Dude, people knew me, Al-Qaeda, before they knew you, Al-Shabaab.
They announced they weren't going to use plastic bags anymore because they're, quote, a serious threat to the well-being of humans and animals. Can you imagine?
That's insane.
You think that the woman at the Whole Foods shoots you a look when you forget her bags? When you forget your bags? You know what I mean?
Right.
That Portlandia moment. Could you imagine the look at the Al-Qaeda grocer when you don't bring your bags and you're not going to get paper? I mean, this is... you're going to have to Costco. You're going to have to find an old box that was used for bananas.
You made it very clear. No shoes, no shirt, no bags.
No kidding.
Right.
Yeah, for the well-being of humans and animals. By the way, they are accused of, and this, just don't worry about this part, of killing thousands of people. And they did detonate a truck bomb that took 300 lives in Mogadishu, Somalia. Mogadishu. And a woman they stoned to death when she was accused of adultery. But no more plastic bags.
Right.
For the well-being of humans.
All is forgiven.
And animals.
Man, oh man.
Wait till they hear about this whole straw thing going on, you know?
Oh, they're next on it. Trust me. Starbucks thinks they've done... You've got rid of plastic straw. Oh, wait till Al-Shabaab gets a hold of this one. because that's bad for the environment. We wouldn't want that.
I live in a plastic bagless area myself, so I have that in common.
You
with,
could join Al-Shabaab.
I really could.
There you go. Let them know. Well, I'm green. Got that much going for me. Reusable.
We are brothers in grocers.
Yeah. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right. Steve, let's go.
How y'all doing?
We're great, man. How are you? Thanks for calling.
Oh, I'm illin' and chillin', but my worst heat was New York City in the summer because there's no breeze.
No, it's the same as Baltimore.
The skyscrapers.
Yeah.
You know?
But
you
there's
walk along and then you hit a breeze in an intersection and you think, this is great. And then you walk another block and there's no breeze.
Yeah, but here's the difference, man. Coming from in the Baltimore, D.C. area, all right? So if you're in downtown Baltimore, it's hot, it is humid, it is oppressive, and you're right. There's no breeze until you get to an intersection. The flip side of that is you'd hop on the train, go to D.C., and you realize there are no skyscrapers. And if the sun was out, man, I will say this to the day I die, that is one of the worst cities to walk around in.
Hot.
And a hot-ass day in D.C., there is no shade, man. Yeah. And you realize skyscraper, it's the worst. It is absolutely the worst city to walk around in on the East Coast.
That's a good point. That really is. That's a strong point based on all that stuff. And you're right. You know what? And you go to a town like Chicago and you wonder why they have all those, rotary doors or whatever. And it's because the wind whipping through those corridors, but you can't open a door. But not all cities are built like that. So, all right, let's go with this one on your random question. What or whom made you sick? What or whom made you sick?
Is it whom? Really?
I said whom. I thought
so
who.
You put it there.
I put the whom in.
I guess it's who, man.
All right, what or who made you sick?
I don't know.
I think it's a
okay. There was an MRE that back in the 80s when I was in the Army that was called ham and chicken loaf.
Ooh.
Okay.
Was it in a can?
Like that's something you'd want to eat.
It was in like
fresh.
a foil pack, and I guess they were going for a chicken cordon bleu or something, but they didn't come close. And I was trying to eat it, and this local dog had wandered onto our site, and I offered it to the dog, who sniffed it and walked away.
But you ate it anyway.
Well, it was all I had to eat, and I ate about half of it, and yeah, it made me sick. And then I switched to they always had like peanut butter and crackers in the MRE, and so I just ate that. But I did remember having a tough morning the next day.
Yeah, we attempted to
tough
eat.
How? Like with your ass, or are you puking?
No, with my ass type thing. Yeah.
All right, okay.
And how long? Like how many hours had to go by before your meat and chicken loaf finally passed through you?
Oh, it was probably, I couldn't get it out the next morning. It wasn't regular, so it was probably like 2 days.
Oh, man.
And you really do have
Let this be a lesson, everyone. If a dog turns down a meat product, you probably don't want to eat that meat.
I've never seen a dog turn down human food before.
Yeah, they will. Oh, yeah, vegetables are a big
Until
one.
then.
Yeah,
if it's not in the word meat, it's probably a bad loaf.
Right.
If it's meat product.
Bad loaf.
Well, you said chicken and something
ham,
loaf. And
Ham and
loaf.
chicken.
Right.
I think
but we're used to meat loaf, but ham and chicken loaf, when you say it, just sounds terrible.
Right, because that's not a thing.
When you read it, it's bad, too.
And
that's where I learned to love Tabasco sauce, was eating MREs. I put Tabasco on everything.
And don't they come with a little Tabasco in there?
Yeah.
Well, now they do, but back when I was in from 85 to 91, they didn't have it. So I would carry one in my ammo pouch, a little bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Just now, because of that, do you still put Tabasco even on foods that are good?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter. So
Especially
you carried on that tradition even with decent quality food.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
Tabasco makes many things taste good. Gives it heat.
I really feel like you should do a commercial for them. It sounds ridiculous, but as a testimonial to say, hey, in the 80s, I ate a thing called a ham and chicken loaf. And you've never even heard of that goddamn thing because no one eats that. And it's an MRE. And I offered it to a goddamn stray dog. A stray dog smelled it and didn't eat
nope.
it. But I did.
Away.
And 2 days later, when I finally pooped it out, I realized when I put Tabasco in anything, I can eat everything. Mm-hmm. That's a testimonial I'd buy into.
You should take
man.
a hot sauce over to any person's house you've never eaten at before, just in case the food sucks. I'm from New Orleans. The reason we asked what or who made you sick. More than 200 people in several Midwest states have been sickened by a parasite in food from vegetable trays sold under the Del Monte brand. This is the...
I'm sorry.
You've seen this. One little compartment contains the celery sticks. One little compartment contains the cherry tomatoes.
And they all
One
contain
little
the
compartment
bacteria.
contains the broccoli or the cauliflower, and they're all surrounded in a circle by a dip that sits in the middle, right? That kind of a deal?
That's people like me. There's no chance I would ever purchase that in my life. I feel so safe.
Affected our listeners in Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin.
Is it the poops? What's happening?
Oh, boy. According to the CDC, symptoms include diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Tell me that's not a chick working somewhere. Yeah, my name's Diarrhea. How can I be of service to you?
My mom wasn't feeling real well when she had me.
Thank you for calling Roto-Rooter. My name is Diarrhea.
She was sick. And when I came out, apparently, I came out both sides. So my mom...
I came out of everywhere.
Right, exactly.
Doctors called it unprecedented.
Oh, yeah. So symptoms...
Diarrhea.
Here's my sister Plasequa. The CDC says frequent explosive diarrhea. Other common symptoms include weight loss, stomach cramps, pain, bloating, increased gas, nausea, fatigue, vomiting, body aches, headaches, fever, and other flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, keep eating healthy.
All from eating vegetables. You got to get antibiotics.
I'm sorry, it's not that it makes me happy.
It
That's
says,
the wrong way to state
it says
that.
people who have diarrhea should rest and drink plenty of fluids. See, I think that would be the wrong thing to do because then you just keep pooping out the fluids.
Yeah,
right?
but you're pooping out your fluid.
Right, you got to say hydrated.
You're just
gotta
putting it
keep
back
doing
in. You don't want to dry heave with your ass. I mean, to me, at this point, it's like, look, your butt's like, I'm going to keep doing this. You're going to want something in there, man.
Oh,
That's
man.
brutal,
And look,
too, because those little things are a
I know.
lifesaver if you need to get some veggies in.
I'm not happy that this has happened. But as someone who cannot stand vegetables, and everyone gives me grief for not eating them, I guess my position is more, if this has to happen to a food, I'm very, very glad that it's vegetables.
If you'd like to be a part of our random question 844-999-OLA. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, what you don't need to know has 10 weird things that your body can do after you die, and most of them would freak anybody living that sees it just the hell out.
Yeah, because when we think dead, we think dead.
That's
like
coming up.
dead.
Yeah, but apparently no. And depending on how you die and the position you die, some very strange things can happen.
Okay.
So that's coming up with what you don't need to know. All right, random question 844-999-OLA.
A couple of comments came in. One, we were talking about vegetables. I guess you said with Del Monte's.
They're
celery
vegetable
/carrot.
pack.
Right.
That thing.
And anyway, so whatever.
Party tray.
Party tray. 'Cause
Yeah.
nothing says a party like vegetables. And there's some kind of foodborne illness on there, but it causes diarrhea, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, look, I'm not happy that it happened. But if that kind of thing has to happen to food, I'm always glad when it happens with vegetables. But someone comments and says, Thrill will be happy to know that the most dangerous foodborne bacteria and things that are associated generally are with the vegetables. I did know that, but you're 100% correct. That does make me happy. Mm-hmm. And then, Miles, you mispronounced the name diarrhea. Said diarrhea. We thought it was so funny.
Yes,
and we invented someone named diarrhea. I will not say where this person was found, but there is, in fact, a woman named diarrhea.
Oh, I don't.
Random.
No.
Robin confirmed it. Robin looked, and she said there is, in fact, a human being named diarrhea. Let me be the first to say you have a beautiful name. Hello, Amanda. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
All right, here. Amanda, let's go with this one. What would you say, if you could do anything, would be your dream job?
That's a hard question because I don't want to work.
Okay. So you don't want to work, period. How many years have you worked?
I don't know, like 12.
12? Okay.
12 years. And what have you done so far?
Just customer service. I'm a manager at a retail store right now.
Listen. That's why you don't want to work. See, part of a dream job is not directly dealing with people, right? Because you have people that will deal directly with people as a dream job, but those people are called like philanthropists, right? And they will help people in need, right? People legitimately in need, and they will go out there and they will do things and they will physically contribute to this, right? The people that deal with retail never say.
That would be my dream job then. It would be to like travel around, I don't know, professional, like longevity RV tester. Give me an RV and I'll travel around in it for a year and I'll tell you how it goes.
So basically, you want to travel. You want to travel.
It seems like the people that have to
Absolutely.
deal with people don't want to be around people when they're done being with people all day.
But my point was, even the people that help people all day, people in the most dire of circumstances, if you said you want to work retail and customer service, they would say, F no, get out of my face.
So you would want to be like an RV...
distance tester.
Yeah, kind of reviewer, maybe.
Yeah, sure. And they'd have, I could just write off all my expenses as a work expense, and I could just drive far away from whatever I wanted and
All right.
go wherever I wanted. That would be it.
What about if your responsibility included writing reports? So instead of testing RVs, they'll send you around the world. You work for one of these things like Lonely Planet, but, you do have to invest some time and energy into the place they're paying for you to be.
I don't think I'd mind doing that if I was able to, actually travel. If they were, talk about,
that would be part of it.
all my expense, I would do all my expense reports. I would do, how often I had to service, how often it broke down, whatever it was. I would definitely do all that.
It's amazing. In the British Canadian Rockies, you're one of the few cars on the road because there's this company that rents RVs, like RV Canada or whatever. And I know they still have the same thing in the U.S., but there they have 9 million times more.
Right.
And everyone has these things, and they take off for the summer. And basically, people just go around and they drive them for how many times, how many weeks they have off or whatever, go from park to park. And it really is, man. It's just families in RVs everywhere. Some people have their own. Some people buy the Mac Daddy ones, but you can rent one for 2 or 3 weeks, take it out, man. And
I rent one every summer
and see the sights.
Great.
So, yeah.
But but the family thing, because then you're just stuck with your family. Stuck with your family. Stuck with your family. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the worst part about the RV is just you get whoever has to drive.
Sure.
Because I've taken them tailgating, I've taken them to festivals and this and that. The driving part's kind of it's my dad doesn't drink, so when we took a tailgating, you're driving, we're sitting in the back.
My question with that is, how confident are you when it's time to empty the tank?
Well, that's why it's nice renting one.
Yeah,
I don't have
do it.
to.
You take it back and they do all that stuff.
Okay. All right, then.
But the key, too, is that when you do have the RV, if you can, ideally, is to get there the day before or spend the night, and that way at least you can, use it for, you can park it, have a drink, barbecue outside, go to bed, wake up, be there, or whatever.
Yeah.
The reason we asked, what is your dream job? Saskia Larson is a professional cuddler, and she is with a group called Cuddlist.
Come on.
Quote, I was too afraid to add cuddle therapy to my massage therapy profile online because I was like, oh boy, I'm pretty progressive, and I'm progressive of the human condition, and I even think this is a little unheard of. She is connected with her clients through the Cuddlist website, and basically they have clear boundaries with the clients before a session begins. On a normal day, she'll see a client for 1 or 2 hour sessions.
She just cuddling you?
Wow.
For an hour or two?
Or two. What's great about the cuddle sessions, being professional, is that there's boundaries. And I like to say a cocoon for me and the client. She's been a professional cuddler for a few years.
Who are the people that, and I'm not judging.
I don't know.
Who are the people that need the cuddle therapy? If you're a masseuse, I get it, right? It's relaxing. You work out the aches and pains. But at what point do I think listen, man, I just want to cuddle?
And you just haven't been in a serious relationship in a while, and you missed the contact of somebody.
I mean, I'd just get a hooker. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's having sex. Sometimes you miss the romantic side too, Miles.
Yeah, that's our role playing. We're gonna role play.
No, I feel like Ted is more emotionally invested in his opinion than you are, Miles.
Wouldn't that be the hardest role playing with a hooker?
What's that?
Act like you were in love.
No, dude, that's what a lot of people pay for.
No way.
Yeah, there's a whole show called The Girlfriend Experience. And that's what it is. I mean, even the Bunny Ranch, people pay in
to have a girlfriend.
Yes, they want to take him to dinner. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, hookers, prostitution. Obviously, everybody knows the sex part, but a ton of that business is just hanging out with the opposite sex.
Okay. Does that cost more?
Because you're taking the time,
right? Because you know what I mean. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have sex with me, listen. If I pay for 30 minutes, you're going to have 27 minutes on your hands.
You might
but if I take
guys,
you to dinner, this is
2-3 hours.
Right. I'm taking time. Because the thing is, you could be with several other people, probably in the amount of time it takes me to take you to dinner, go to the movies, right? A regular date.
Yeah. You know what it's like? It's like when you go to one of the lunch places around here and you pay by the pound and they put it on the scale. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have some really good stuff in there.
Right.
but it doesn't weigh as much.
Right.
And then, okay.
Because you get rice.
I know you get pissed off at me about
I know.
this.
If you bring up this damn watermelon.
Watermelon's so heavy, right? So watermelon's only like $2. But with the rind and everything, when you put the watermelon in the
Why
thing.
do you keep getting? Why don't you just
I want
buy a
watermelon.
watermelon?
And it doesn't have rind on it.
No, it don't. Well,
They're
the place
chunks
I do
of
too.
watermelon.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
And you're right, it is heavy. So you're paying attention
So, yeah.
to that. That's why bacon
or I could get
is
like,
good,
or I could get
man.
like 12 of the chicken wings, man, and it's like a third of the cost.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying. Let's see here. All right, random question.
Just like that.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, shut up. You can afford damn watermelon.
That's
if you
when
wanna
you're
get
just
some
having a
watermelon.
moment of anger. You know what that's like? Prostitution for the girl. That's like heavy watermelon. And I'm not bringing it up just because it pisses me off. It's a rip-off. Heavy watermelon.
Well, no, but if you spend 2 or 3 hours with a lady and she could be back at the ranch making money.
Right, I got to think that's going to
You
cost
got to
you.
pay, right. You got to pay for their time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is going to cost you more.
You know what, man? Then you don't get the girlfriend experience. You know why you took them to dinner?
You get the
Because
Domino's.
you want to get laid.
How about this?
That's why you did all of that.
Maybe
If
you
you
don't-
could skip all of that and just have restaurants and go, Valentine's Day would be a wash.
Maybe you just order a pizza and stay in like
got
boyfriend
to be
and girlfriend.
kidding me.
Like get Domino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
I'm asking you
Well,
out on a date because I'm dying to have linguine and clam sauce. Or I'm hoping to get into your pants. So you're going to pay for the part that we wish we could skip. God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes me angry. What the hell is wrong with you? If she was like, well, I don't want dinner, I just want to have sex with you. I'd be like, it's right as rain, sister, let's go, right?
I won't lie.
Jesus Christ, you're going to pay for the stuff we'd like to avoid.
Like, I've been to the Bunny Ranch and had girls go like, "You're really fun. You want to have sex."
Yes!
Like, yeah, I do.
Yes!
Like what?
Yes!
Well, number one, married guys always come in and they only want one thing. It's not sex. Number two is, come on, you're grown up. And then number two is, like, a lot of people, I'm not making fun of these people.
Right.
I know you miss the closeness of a woman.
Right.
So they'll pay just to go in and cuddle or kiss them a little bit.
Okay, again, fine. But the dinner and the movies and all that, like, no, man, just...
Well, you also got to keep in mind, some people cannot get a date. And it's not like, be confident. This, like, they can't get a date.
I understand.
So they're willing to pay to, like, feel like a normal person going on a date.
Mm-hmm. You can feel like, God damn it, I spent all this money and didn't get laid. Just like a normal person. Hello, Holden. Welcome to the men's room.
He's asleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on.
Let us go for a minute. Now, I understand our show is not for everyone, right? And I feel that's fair. I get that. I really do. I can't tell for about 30 minutes. This man...
Let's go to Eric. And then we'll come back.
If he's actually asleep.
No, I think he's asleep. You want to go to Eric? All right. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
God damn. Is our show that bad today, Eric? Dude was asleep, man.
We feel that way every day, but we try to fake it.
Wow.
Let's go with this one on a random question. What do you own? What did you buy that you never seem to use anymore? That you rarely use? What do you own that you rarely use?
Ooh. That's a good one. I would say hookers, but I haven't bought those in a long time.
Yeah, but you used it at the time, so
Yeah,
this
but you
really
did.
wasn't a waste. I mean, at the
I
time,
did.
it's like buying a ticket to an event. You bought the ticket, you went to the event, game over.
After 2 hours, right, now it's useless. Girlfriend experience or just straight sex? Or the whole nine?
I would say probably golf clubs.
Okay, what kind of golf clubs do you have?
He's answering your question.
Cleveland.
Oh, really? Well, those are those were big back in the day. What? So you never play golf anymore?
No, I got married and she doesn't like it.
Is that why the hooker stopped
Wait a minute,
doing it?
She always has me doing something.
How long have you been married?
11 years.
Okay, you're allowed to take 4 or 5 hours and go play around the golf. You know, I mean, she can't control
Yeah.
all of that time, right?
Yeah, but when I do play, she wants to go too.
That's okay. Can she
No,
play?
obviously it's not Miles.
Yeah.
There's a
Is he-
reason he brought this is his time.
What is her controlling issue? Is she afraid you're going to smoke weed? Is she afraid you're going to drink? Is she afraid you're going to go out there and bang some chick on a golf course, which would never happen? I mean, what is her scenario in her head? Where she
No,
can't-
she just always got something else that she wants me to do. I'm a
And if you are
carpenter,
going to
so
play,
always
she wants
me
to
build
play with
something.
it.
Does that ever involve sex?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
All right, okay. All right, well, as long as you got that, I guess.
I don't mind the golf clubs then.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Don't look confused.
I am.
Yeah, I got to believe he said it for a reason.
All right.
That's why I keep those golf clubs around there.
What do you own that you never use? A new study looked at which cars people put the most miles on and which cars people put the fewest miles on. In other words,
Toyota Corolla, Honda Accord, I'm guessing most miles.
Yeah, exactly. People with Corvettes drive less than 5,000 miles a year, which is around 60% less than average. So if you own a Corvette, you don't drive it.
Right,
People
it's,
with
It's like an old man Sunday cruising car.
yeah, it's your weekend mobile.
Porsche 911s are the same way, less than 5,000 miles a year. So, survey says people who buy Corvettes and Porsches don't even drive them. And people with Mercedes SL-Class convertibles, Mazda MX-5 Miatas, BMW 6 Series, and Ford Mustangs all drive way fewer miles than the average person. They're convertibles. They're, summertime cars.
And they don't want to be around your car.
Okay, so back to the cars that people drive a lot. And we know that SUVs and minivans are very popular right now. What would you guess people drive the most on average?
Corollas, pickup trucks, Accords.
Some of that makes sense, but I think
just based on people I've known.
In the context of why you drive what you drive, this all makes sense. Chevy Suburbans average over 14,000 miles a year, which is 25% above average. Why do people have Chevy Suburbans? Because they have families, they have kids, they have soccer, they have this, they're going here, they're going there. They're driving. They don't even have time to get their head out of it. They, those years. So those are the most. People with GMC Yukons, the smaller version of that, Chevy Tahoes, Toyota Sequoias, it's a monster.
Yeah, that's a big ass.
Honda Odysseys and Pilots, and Cadillac Escalades also average over 13 miles a year. So those are the cars that people actually drive the most. There you go.
Sounds right.
Yep. 844-999. Ola, it is
Random.
And I was here for boy Holden.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, check it out.
Hello, Holden. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Should we try to wake him up with something?
We do. We keep saying, hey, Holden,
but do you
welcome
think,
to the men's room.
Do you think something abrupt, like a loud noise or something, could jar him, maybe? You could try, right?
Jeez Louise! That'll wake him up right there. I guarantee that'll wake him up. This one right here. If that one doesn't wake him up, nothing will. This is what wakes me up every morning. I don't know about you, but I love a bong hit sitting on the toilet. Helps me poop.
Nothing will wake him.
Snap a picture of yourself.
All right, let's put him back on hold.
No,
We'll come back to him.
nothing.
We'll come back to him. He'll be busy.
He's loyal.
We'll keep checking in for the entire show.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, man.
He's still on the line.
The entire show. I would say, no matter what time we get him, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it could be 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll ask him. If it's the middle of TV, we're going to ask him random questions.
You've been on hold for 3.5 hours.
Doesn't matter. You could be doing the news back there, Mike. He's going to answer that question.
Doesn't matter. Yep. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola! All right, Jared. This is kind of a boring one, but it's a unique question, and it'll make you think.
Well,
all right?
it can't be any worse than whatever put Holden to sleep.
Okay, yeah, no good. I think it was just the entire show. All right, when and why the last time that you had to wear a tie? Last time you had to wear a tie?
Actually, fairly recently. I had an interview a couple days ago.
You did, for a job?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I'm driving with him now.
Okay, so it worked.
Good.
Are you wearing
a tie now?
Are you wearing a tie now?
I am not currently wearing a tie now.
Okay.
Is it a job where you should wear a tie or what?
No, it's jeans T-shirt.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. But you did have a tie. Now, did you have to dig it up? Was it readily available?
Oh, no, that took some digging.
Okay, I was going to ask, if I said, hey, man, there's an impromptu graduation party, you got to wear a tie. You wearing the exact same tie you wore at that interview?
If it's today, yeah. If it's next week, I'm probably going to Goodwill.
Did you have a shirt ironed? Did you have to iron a shirt?
Not ironed. Hung up for the steam while I took a shower.
Okay.
And just kind of stretch it out.
Okay. All right. So you look good. And what kind of pants did you wear? Did you go Mike Hawk khakis, or did you have a pair of dress pants?
Some Dickies.
All right. Okay. You got the job. Very good. All right. I can't remember the last time I wore a tie. I would have to think.
I feel like it's been fairly recent.
Had to be a wedding, maybe?
We did a live day. Live
Oh,
performance.
yeah, there you go. It
Yeah.
was Live Day. Live Day was the last time I wore a tie.
Most recently, yeah, I think so.
Reason we asked, the last time you had to wear a tie. A new study in Germany scanned the brains of 30 men. Half of them wore neckties while they were being scanned. The other half didn't. And wearing one constricted the veins in their neck so much it reduced blood flow to the brain by about 8%. That is enough to potentially slow down your brain's processing power, or worse, in extreme cases, it could even cause a stroke. So, yeah,
damn.
Wearing a tie cuts blood flow to your brain by 8%.
That explains so much to me.
Good news is you're probably fine as long as you don't wear it all day that tight. Yeah, loosening it up a tiny bit, which people do through the day, helps avoid those issues. But the guys in the study had to tighten their tie to the point of, quote, slight discomfort. So as long as it's somewhat loose, you should probably be okay. Random question, 844-999. Ola, more your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Your guess is as good as mine. Count of categories today, death and basketball. We'll do your guess is as good as mine right after emails from the men's room at mensroomlive.com. Just checking in on, what's his name?
Holden.
He's
Who's
still
been
on
holding for a while.
He's still sleeping there.
Dude has
Holden's,
been
Holden's had a nice nap.
Very old Mike Hawk checked on him during the break even,
Yeah.
so he'd have no idea that we're going to him. And he's like, dude, he is still just sawing low.
This says a lot about a program and the fact that you're still listening.
Random.
Means you have bad taste.
It does. Maybe there's just not a lot of options out there in the world of radio. Sorry about that. You can't put that on us. We're trying.
Somebody literally tore off the knob when they said to do that.
Rip off the knob.
Hello, Cody. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
All right, Cody. Okay, Cody. Here's a fun question. Happens to me a lot when we go out to eat. When did you pick the wrong thing? When did you pick the wrong thing? I should have got that. Or I should have taken that girlfriend. When did you pick the wrong thing?
It was
Hey,
a
it
while
happens,
ago,
right?
Last, December, November. Went down to Oregon, and we were walking around looking for a place to eat. And there was this, house. It was just a regular old house, but it was had a Chinese restaurant sign on it. So we went in there to eat, and it was just like a straight-up house. Someone converted it, had, 4 tables, and it was had a front door, and everything just... it was a house, but a Chinese restaurant.
How was the food?
It blew my mind for some reason. It was really good if you liked it, but... So I ordered something... I don't even remember what it was. It was some sort of, teriyaki meat soup or something. It sounded really good, but it was just bad.
Hey, man.
It was
Look,
bad.
I hear what you're saying, but, if I walk into a restaurant that I'm sure has not met code, it's just whoever owns the house is kind of turned into a restaurant, I'm not going to try the exotic thing on the menu.
No.
Teriyaki meat.
The best Thai food I've ever had in my life, though, was in a house.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't judge a book by its cover necessarily on, you can go in some places that barely passed inspection with incredible food. I mean, it's, so, I don't know. But I definitely ordered the wrong thing a lot.
But I'm going to stick with what I know.
Yeah, totally.
That's all, man. It might be, but if that's the case, like you said, best Thai food, I'm going to go with a Thai dish I've heard of. That's ooh, today's special, huh?
This had a little bit more of an implication at the time. But the reason we asked, when did you pick the wrong thing? And this is a random, just bizarre piece of trivia for you. But
Hey,
Hunter
by
S.
the way,
Thompson.
when you think you picked the wrong thing in a restaurant, is it just because your food was bad or other people's food just looked that good?
It's been both.
I think-
It's
yeah,
been
I think-
both,
I think it
man.
could go either way.
It's
Either way.
All right.
But the difference is, when your food's bad, you're just pissed. It's just not a good dish, right?
Yeah.
But when it's my food's fine, but I can't take my eyes off of yours.
These fish tacos are actually pretty good, but that plate of fajitas that just went by just messed with my brain.
Yeah, I went to a really expensive steakhouse in Vegas.
Just checking. Keep talking.
And I got a steak, which was phenomenal. But my buddy got beef cheek raviolis, which to this day I'm like, I should have got those raviolis.
What did he say? Was he like, yeah, you should have?
He said, try some of these. He said, try one. I did. And he goes, you should have got these.
I don't know what's going on universally as far as all animals of all walks of life, but if it says cheeks, get it.
Yeah, I don't know why why were we eating cheeks before?
I don't know, but if it says cheeks.
Because it had been taught to us that we were classier than cheeks.
No, we're not above cheeks.
No, man.
Bring me the cheeks.
Got some sweet
I'm going to
cheeks.
open a restaurant. Yeah, sweet cheeks. Sweet cheeks.
Everything's cheeks. Oh, halibut cheeks? You kidding me?
Listen, this guy.
Reason we asked, when did you pick the wrong thing? And this is random. Hunter S. Thompson, we all know Hunter, the journalist, writer, famous for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Believe it or not, he was a huge Indianapolis Colts fan.
That is as random as it gets.
But fortunately, he did not have that much pull on the team because in 1998, he really wanted them to draft Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning. Now, they did not do that, as you know. Peyton Manning ended up going to the Colts, and it's a good thing because Peyton is a legend, and Ryan Leaf was not.
He's a legend.
Someone recently sent Ryan a letter that Hunter had written to Colts owner Jim Irsay begging him to pass on Peyton Manning. It said, quote, "The Leaf boy, he looks strong. Manning doesn't, or at least not strong enough to handle that welcome to the NFL business for 2 years without a world-class offensive line. Think about it. You don't want a China doll back there when the freak Warren Sapp comes crashing in." From Hunter S. Thompson. That might be the greatest thing that's ever happened to Warren Sapp, that Hunter S. Thompson acknowledged him in writing.
No, it's the best thing to happen to Ryan Leaf. All right, Warren Sapp at the Super Bowl ring. He's not the brightest guy, but I think for Ryan Leaf, hey man, milestone.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. That voucher, the guy on acid. To have the guy on acid,
right?
And the next closest thing would be Johnny Depp. There's another great voucher.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.